This episode from Driving with Gloves is about a one-of-a-kind British car from 1937.
Hi, my name is Cor, and welcome to my channel, Driving with Gloves. I always drive with car gloves. Your question might be, why do I drive with gloves? And my answer is, why not?
I am sorry, but this episode from Driving with Gloves is not about Rio de Janeiro. You see it here, that is William Tell. No, I just had to fool you because I'm filming this in the south of Switzerland, in Lugano. But why did I compare it with Rio de Janeiro? Because the mountain behind me, Monte San Salvatore, is also called Lugano's Sugarloaf Mountain. It may not be Brazil, but it is certainly worth the trip, because Lugano is a city of grace, space and pace. Where have I heard that slogan before? So the choice of music is completely wrong, because it's not Brazil. And now we are going back to the swinging 1930s. Because today I'm going to drive a very special historical car from 1937. Because this episode from Driving with Gloves is about a car from a company first named Swallow Sidecar Company, which changed its name several times and changed its name in 1934 to SS Cars Limited. And I'm going to drive today a prototype from this company here in Lugano. Swallow Sidecars was born into the automotive world in 1922 by two close friends named William Lyons and William Walmsley in Blackpool in England. In the company's early years, they built sidecars for motorcycles, hence the company name, and later began building bodies for the vastly popular Austin 7. The funny thing is that BMW was doing the same thing in Germany. Because this is the BMW Dixie, also based on the Austin 7. In 1928, the Swallow Company moved from Blackpool to Coventry, in that time the heart from the British automotive industry. In January 1935, Walmsley sold his sharehold, and by March 1935, the renamed company SS Car Limited started with a limited number of open two-seater sports cars. From September 1935, their new models displayed a new name, SS Jaguar, because William Lyons liked the name Jaguar, and I find it quite cool myself. You had the SS Jaguar 90, which had a top speed of 90 miles per hour, which was extraordinarily fast in that period. And then you had the SS Jaguar 100, which you might expect to go 100 miles per hour, which is about 160 kilometers an hour. Well, no, because the top speed was only 94 miles per hour. But who cared? Because the car was simply beautiful. But if you think that the car behind me is an SS 100 Jaguar, you are wrong, because this car is way more exclusive. Let me show you something. You see, although it's a convertible, it's not only a two-seater like an SS 90 or SS 100 Jaguar. Because in 1937, SS Cars decided to make a refreshing alternative to the saloon and the open two-seater. So they came up with this gorgeous Drophead Coupé with a three-position convertible top. You see it half open here, but sorry boys, I want to drive it completely open. Yeah, that's the way I like it. The Drophead Coupé was the perfect combination of the two existing body styles, mixing the elegance of the stately saloon and the hair in the breeze enjoyment of the Roadster. This car is one of the original 249 2.5 litre Drophead Coupés produced between 1937 and 1939. Today less than 20 are believed to be still in existence. But that still doesn't express the uniqueness of this car, because this one is the number one, the prototype as you may call it. And to prove that, I will show you the chassis number. (46001). And now I will show you something. You see, this is the right equipment to drive this car. And last but not least, my driving gloves. So, and now I'm ready to drive this very old car. And now I'm anxious to drive this beauty from 1937. Can you believe it? This car is over 80 years old, and look how immaculate it is. So it's actually a time machine. Time machine? Well, that's convenient, because I've forgotten to show you the special tools in the boot. This is, by the way, the gorgeous leather-covered boot, where there is a toolbox in the bootlet, and you can even use it in the night. Of course, there is a lead hammer for the knock-off wheels, and there is even a hand starter. There is a little slider in the down section which you can open. Now you can put the hand starter in place. This car is of course right-hand drive, and it has suicide doors. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest, because this car is more worth than a Bugatti Veyron, and I've never driven such an old car. Here we go. The differences between this car from 1937 and the production models starting from 1938 are many. This unique car has a frame made out of ash wood. The production model starting from 1938 had a frame made out of steel. It is even said that William Lyons personally made this car. I am sorry that I'm not that concentrated to talk to the camera, because it's very hard to drive this car, since I'm not used on a regular basis to drive a pre-war car. Although the car is more than 80 years old, it didn't have too many owners. Just after production, it was transported from the UK to the Kingdom of the Netherlands to a dealership in The Hague. Just after World War II, it was sold to the Swiss Earl de Madras, and it was possessed in their family until 1987. The owner nowadays from this car bought it then and started to restore the car for 10 years. The engine produces 102 PS and it has a top speed of 136 kilometers an hour. It's a 6-cylinder line engine with a displacement of 2,663 cc. It has two SU carburetors. Although this car has two huge Lucas P100 headlamps, which gives the car its majestic looks, I wouldn't like to drive it in the night, because compared to modern lights, it's like reading at home in complete darkness with only a little candlelight. It has a 4-speed gearbox and the first gear is not synchronized. Since this is a prototype, the gearbox was not documented. and they found out that the reverse gear has 1 God more than from the production cars. So everything about this car is one of a kind. So it's not correct what I said, so I have to correct myself. What I said in the beginning, that this car is 1 out of 20, because this car is 1 out of 1. This car is absolutely unique. Even today, the car is fairly fast and it doesn't show any signs of osteoarthritis. I do not know if I am still in such good shape when I'm 81. What a wonderful feeling on a summer's day to drive a car from 1937, the prototype from 1937. It was such an experience to drive such an old and one-of-a-kind car, and I've always been a Jag lover. If you want to have more information about this wonderful car, do not hesitate to contact me. And last but not least, I want to thank the owner of this wonderful SS Jaguar 2.5 litre drophead prototype from 1937 to let me drive this car today, which was a real experience for me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please like this video, and please do not forget to watch my next video from Driving with Gloves. Thank you very much.